Hi, I'm Chris Dortignac. I was teaching Piano 1, and I will play now the songs that we learned, starting with Boil the Cabbages. I'm going to play the melody just of the first part. That's all we really worked on. We didn't quite get to the second part. We also worked on the chords, and they did incredibly good at that. And I will play the chords also, and I will play them in their inversions, and I will put it together for you. So starting with Boil the Cabbages, the melody starts on C sharp like this. And the chords we learned with that are A major, D major, and E major. E major. The more beginning students would have played them as follows. The second part is the same as far as the chords go, so we just worked on that, and it repeats and then plays part 2 the same way and repeats. The more advanced students were, and actually all the students were able to learn some of the inversions, just some had a little bit harder time playing them. So those who have a harder time playing them can play them in the root form, but the inversions for A would be as follows. And for for D, and for E. And in that case, they could be played like so. The more advanced students were also able to learn how to break them up as follows. That pretty much is what we worked on with Boil the Cabbages, and we were able to put it together. If you're going to play the melody and the chords, you could play them just in their block chords, in the triads, or you could break them up. That's probably the easiest way to break them up. So you could play it like this. And that's pretty much what we learned on Boil the Cabbages. The second song we worked on was Yankee Doodle in the key of G. And the melody for that starts on G as follows. We didn't really get into the chorus, so I'm actually not going to play that now, just to not confuse things. We will show you the chords we learned with that, which are G, D, C, and back to G. So that's the 1, the 4, and the 5. And of course you could play them in their inversions. All the students were able to learn the inversions, which I was very proud of them for. So we could put that together as follows. And that's probably the easiest way to play it. If you're just playing boom chucks, you could go. Which some of the students were able to do quite well. and then they were able to put it together on one keyboard. So leaving that, we went on and we also learned a little bit of the Tennessee Waltz in the key of D. They really wanted to learn the Tennessee Waltz and did a great job working on it. So I will play that now here. You'll notice probably we didn't do too much waltz like. We didn't work too much on that. We just worked on learning some new chords and the melody there. We didn't get too far into it. There are a couple of chords there we haven't introduced yet beside D. There's, of course, D7. There was A7. And there was a 2 minor, or E minor, like this. And all the students had a great time figuring those out. I actually showed them the Nashville numbering system, and they were able to figure them out on their own. So I wrote out the Tennessee Waltz for them in the numbering system, and they figured out the chords, and they did an excellent job. So that concludes our lessons.